Okay, so we're continuing. Um, this video will look pretty much the same as the feminine version. This is gonna focus on, it's mostly targeted towards people who feel they're masculine dominant or they resonate more with being a divine masculine. And this reading will sort of look into what's going on with the inner feminine energy internally. This is meant to be focusing internally and what's going on within, of course, a lot of the times, as within, so without. So, this energy could very well be manifesting for you externally with a person or just events in your life. Okay, let's just start. Okay, the first card we have is the universe. So, the inner feminine is definitely finishing up some major life cycles, patterns, karmic cycles, karmic endings. All of those things are happening, and this is the feminine pushing this to happen. So if you're masculine, whoa, damn, this is the world card again. So we have a confirmation that this is happening, and we have the Ace of Cups. So there is definitely a lot of endings happening, and new beginnings, of course. We have the Ace of Cups. This could very well be some sort of an ending that has to do with an illusionary love, because on this side the card sort of cautions about, you know, illusions in love. This could very well have to do with that, or it could be pretty much dealing with oh yeah, there's definitely something ending. There's something definitely walking away from something. um, there are definitely a lot of endings happening, and this is the inner feminine pushing it. However you resonate with that, whatever you feel like needs to end or is ending in your life, or things you need to walk away from. Let's see how this ties in with the rest of the reading. We have stand your ground. Okay, so definitely whatever it needs to end, it might be challenged from external forces. People might not be really happy that you're ending something. You might feel like you're being pulled from on all directions, but they're just reminding you that you need to stand your ground, because whatever it's ending, it needs to end in order for you to move forward with your life. This might have to do with some sort of partnership or some sort of a person in your life. Okay, there could be like a few different scenarios. Like, there could be people telling you that you need to let go of someone or something, but you know better, you know something else. And it's saying to just, just stand your ground, like listen to yourself rather than other people. Listen to your own beliefs and what your inner guide is telling you. Or this could be wanting to leave someone behind, because we also have the the Five of Pentacles, and just combined with the rest of the cards, it could really speak of just, wanting to do the right thing, but then is the right thing really what you want to do? Like, is that what your soul wants? We have here your card, which is a card of the masculine. So it almost feels like the masculine is gaining his power back. Well, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, so that's a lot of earth energy. This could very well be about something to do with career. Something is not moving forward right now and is just very stagnant energy. I'm not sure how this ties with the inner feminine. It's possible that part of you is sort of like fighting against it and not wanting to let it in and sort of like sweep off whatever there is to sweep and give this renewal and rebirth and just fresh energy. A lot of you might be just fighting against this energy and could be like really being sort of like stubborn and be like, nope, 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 not gonna happen. For many, this could do well business. Something is just quite not moving forward right now. There is a need to wait more for things to manifest, because the Seven of Pentacles is really not a moving energy. It's sort of like stagnant, and just his face looks very miserable just looking at the barren lands, and his crops possibly just not growing. And the booklet says, this season's harvest is a loss, and it's time to move on and try again. But take some time to do a post-mortem on the enterprise before you begin. Using the symbolism of this tree, consider that the soil is like where water can be found, how much sunshine you can expect. Learn from your mistakes, and your next crop will be bountiful. So this could... Well, there's obviously something ending and something that did not work out, and you know, the masculine is really trying to just stand in his power and sort of not just give it himself to this loss, whatever that is. It could be financial, it could be losing someone, like breaking up some sort of partnership or connection. We have the Truth card, which is equivalent to the Judgment, and this really speaks of learning lessons of things from the past, sort of like coming back up to be wrapped up and, you know, sort of like make a final judgment. We have the King of Swords. Make a final judgment, which is like, you know, for example, like you could have been with someone for 5 years and you could be like, you know what, I actually don't think I love this person, and I think it would be best to just let them go and you know, let them search for their happiness and I'll search for mine. Or you could be with someone for 5 years and you could be like, wow, you know what, like this is the person for me, like this is the person that I want to spend my life with. So this will be very different for everyone, like but it's sort of like it almost feels like there's a bit of resistance. Wow. There's been some sort of injustice done either towards you or you've been unjust. And there's this push for, yeah, like either you or someone else in your life has been quite, like, a bit selfish, and you've been a bit, well, like you or someone else might have been thinking a bit way too much about themselves, and to the point where this person became sort of like the King of Swords, like, you know, like, I'm not that emotional, I'm a bit more logical, and my logic tells me to pick myself first in front of everyone else, and just sort of like, yeah, just put myself first. But this is the Justice card, and on this side, the Justice card speaks of unjust deeds. And again, this could be done to you, or you could have done that to someone else. Whatever the case is, you really have to look within to find which side of the scale you are, basically. But whatever is happening, justice will prevail. And you know, if that's been you, the universe will make sure that you pay your karma in the best way possible, and sort of like make amends and just make things right before you can move forward and learn your lesson. Because this is a major lesson with the Judgment card. You're sort of like seeing the truth for yourself. And if this is someone else that has done that to you, know that they will get their justice served, and they will learn hopefully their lesson. um like, of course, judgment on this, justice on this side of the card kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, we're all human and we all make mistakes and we all learn from them. But the most important thing is to actually learn from your mistakes, because if you don't, you'll just repeat the cycle until you do, and you keep getting yourself stuck in the same situation with different faces, different circumstances, in different places. But essentially, it's going to be the same thing until you actually learn that lesson. And but yeah, like, the sword here and here is really getting my attention. It's almost like cutting towards the truth. It's like you're cutting through whatever needs to be cut so that you get to the truth, that you get to the core of the things. And yeah, I really do feel there's this strong desire to move on from whatever that is, from whatever cycle it is. Like, something is ending for sure. And this is like really being pushed from your inner feminine side that is very just, very loving, very nurturing, and really trying to push you forward towards your highest good, and towards maybe, also real love. Because we have here, do you see here the fountain? It's pretty much from the eyes of this card. You see this card? This is the Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, and it's like those lovers finally met each other, they finally saw each other in the light of day. So this could be, something that's just propelling you towards real love. For example, if you're with someone that you don't really feel this connection with, maybe you've been sort of unjust towards them and not really thinking about them. Maybe, you've sort of tried to push yourself to love someone, which happens a lot. But it's really because this is the feminine within, and it's what's pushing you to do. And really, the feminine energy is that sacrificial one, that sacrificial energy that's sort of telling you, like, it's thinking about other people before itself, whereas the masculine energy is sort of like thinking of itself before others, which is a normal balance, of course. If we think too much about ourselves, we become selfish. If we think too much of others, we become martyrs and victims. So, there needs to be some sort of balance. But yeah, like, if that's your case, like, you might have been not really, thinking that deeply to, like, wait, do I really love this person? Like, can I offer them what they deserve, or I just need to, let them go and set them free, because this is also karma, and setting someone free and just finishing karma, just set them free so that they can look for this and I look for it myself. Or you could have, like, someone could have done this to you without you knowing, and they could be coming forth with this, whatever it is. Or you could be like, you could have been just telling yourself stories that you don't deserve this, you're not cut out for this, you're not meant for this. But then there's this part of your soul that craves this, but you're just not really willing to look towards that part because it's kind of scary. And this could be, mostly just telling you that if you have scarcity beliefs, like, you will get what you believe in. And if you believe that you will be this person that's gonna end up alone out in the cold, this card represents scarcity thinking, like lack of abundance, then probably that's what you're gonna get. And that's why it's important to really let that inner feminine inside of you sort of like push you to change your belief system and shift it for the better. Because this side here looks very challenging, but really, to be honest, like, there was a lot of challenging cards in the Divine Feminine reading also, so it's obviously something collective that we're all going through. Um, let's see. What is the divine feminine bringing at the table? What is the divine feminine bringing on the table? Firm foundation. Well, this obviously, oh, disruption. That's very interesting because usually this is the Tower card, and it actually speaks that the Tower card is not always a bad card, but the thing is, you're getting shaken, and if your foundation is not firm and stable, it's gonna break down. Think of it as a tornado coming to your house, and if your house has a very, very deep and stable foundations, it's gonna survive. It's gonna survive also an earthquake, but if it's not that firm, it's gonna be broken down to the core. So it sort of like feels to me that the inner feminine is sort of like bringing this inner change where there's like a lot of shifts happening in testing of your grounds, and like how firm are they, how real are they, and whatever is fake, whatever is not truthful, because we have the truth card, whatever is not truthful to your soul and your deepest belief and self, it's gonna get broken down. It's gonna be destroyed to give oh my god, yeah, it's gonna be broken down to give sort of space for something, for the real truth to come out and build up. This is again the Judgment card. I feel like the feminine inside of the masculine is sort of like stripping itself down. It's like complete breakage, complete stripping down to the point of just being naked. And like, this is me. This is my true self. This is what I hold dear. This is what I believe in. This is who I am. And we got the Six of Cups now. And a Queen of Wands that's sort of looking the other way. So for some, this could be a pattern that's been going on, basically being adopted from parents or from childhood. For others, this could have to do with a person from the past, someone that you've had some sort of a connection with, and it's sort of like you or them turned their back on this connection. And something is just being revived to be looked at again. And, you know, there is a need for final judgments made. Where do you go from now? What do you do? It's funny because the ego is present on both cards. So this is a very significant message. The ego is it's a bird with a very high life expectancy. It also flies so high that it has, you know, the ego view, the ego side. It sees from a higher perspective, a perspective that we don't always see being humans. So whatever is happening, it's for your highest good. It's being pushed from your higher self, from the universe, to just really let go of this old life that you created for yourself or someone else created for you, that is not being true to yourself. And that's very scary, but that's what the feminine has been going through. Basically, for the past years, the feminine has been really fighting to be true, to find their truest self, and it's a process, and it's not something that happens overnight, but it's definitely a process where we've been pushed to let go of things that no longer serve us, and oftentimes it's masked as a painful disruption or a painful endings, because, you know, oftentimes we're scared to let go of the things we know because they became comfortable. But, you know, that's not the purpose of this. The purpose is to be stripped down to your naked core, to be like, this is who I am. This is who I am, this is what I want, and this is my true self, and this is what I can offer. And when you reach this state, Everything becomes history from then. From that point on, your life transforms for the better, of course, because you're being true to yourself, and everything that comes your way is something that really feeds your soul. So if this is a very challenging time for you right now, just try to be faithful, and trust that this is happening for your highest good. And even if things look challenging right now, they will soon transform for something better, and you will have clarity, and you will be able to really see why certain things are happening or have happened, and you will see that it was for the better, for the better of all people involved, not only yourself, but also for other individuals involved in your life or whatever the situation is. Okay, so yeah, this is what the feminine is bringing, really. It's sort of questioning, like, how firm is your foundation? Can I break it? Can I shake it? And there's a lot of clarity coming, and just things being brought from the past, from the very, very, very old past, with the Six of Cups here. And it's only being brought up to be revised again, and you know, a final decision needs to be made with the Judgment card here. Like, if this is someone from your past, it's sort of like asking, like, do you leave this person in the past and be in the past and just completely move forward, or you revive the past and make it your present in your future? But there is a need for a decision to be made. There's no more middle ground. Okay, well, I hope this reading was much clearer, to be honest. Let me pull one of those cards. It was much clearer than the feminine reading. But who knows? We'll see. Okay. Oh, a few months. So, you know, there might be more clarity in the next few months, and more things happening and sort of unfolding. But yeah, I hope it resonated and made some sense and gave you some sort of clarity. If you liked it, like, subscribe, comment, tell me your stories, share with me what you've been going through, what's been happening, and how this possibly resonated with you. And yeah, if you're interested in a private reading with me, I will leave information in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.